Hello folks, Butcher here again. We are going to test out a new build, and what happened with this game, as you can see in the lower right, it was a 40-minute game. I don't want to put you through a 50-minute video of me kind of flailing around with a new build, but here I was going to go for Banshee Harass, and pretty much I'm going to show you how bad this went, just as far as the initial thing. Now, as far as the build that I was doing it, I had my post-it note saying what I should be building at what time, and I thought this was a very long, the ground movement is very long between our bases, and I had a first time scan go. As far as executing the build up until where my post-it note runs out, I had it pretty much right, maybe off by 1 food or 2 food. But the problem that I ran into was I committed to the Banshees when it wasn't getting the entire job done. Speeding up a little bit more. For the most part, it's easy to play a relaxed game and macro up, which sometimes works in the practice league, just because you have these destructible rocks. But don't forget that somebody with something as simple as even a 3-rack stim timing push, as I tried to do, I can still waltz into your base and kind of wreck you if you don't have an army built up. So, what am I doing right now? I'm saving up for the new command center. Or actually, no, I've already had my command center going. And actually, let's see, where am I on it? 2 starports, yeah, I was 1 food behind. My money's stacking up, I don't know what to do with it. I should have been producing units. Whereas, let's see, he's already got a probe out, 1 probe. No, just one probe for right now. I suppose he thought that was all he needed to do. And here, he gets his probe into my base. I think he sees what I'm doing. But by now, I've got my 2 Banshees out. And he sees 2 of my Banshees moving out. I got my 4. I decide to head around the side of the map, which takes a lot longer. He throws in a hallucination to scout me out, see how good my front wall is, or see if the front wall is still up. His force is towards the middle of my side. I didn't take good control of his Elnaga towers either. So here I am moving in, wrecking his stuff, disrupting his economy. He's got no money left. I'm killing his food supply at the top, trying to kill his probes. Doing my best to do that. He brings in his probe eventually to scout me out there. As far as, no, he moved his probe back to help out. So that was my first attack. Now, I should have transitioned here into something else. However, I went even more Banshees. I mean, how many do I have here? I got 7 Banshees so far. 8, 9 right now. He tried to take a stab at my front rocks, but I guess it wasn't working. So he's got map control. I have the air advantage for now. So he's bringing his probe in. I get him to back off, but look how many Banshees I got. I have, what is that, 11, 13 now with those extra. 13 Banshees. Pretty freaking stupid. With this amount, he brings in his probe, I kill off his Colossus. I try to do a ring around the Rosie. It doesn't occur to me that he's bringing... bringing his probe with him. I'm just kind of jumping around. Trying to kill off his mineral supply. I have the army advantage right now, but I don't have a ground army that would, I don't have a ground army that could deal with this. Especially with a probe, and the Banshees would die pretty quickly to that amount of Stalkers. So, if I saw he was going that many Stalkers, I should have gone for a whole lot more Marauders. And just looking in there, he's got 1-2 sentries. Probably even should have gone a Ghost to deal with some EMPs. I mean, Stalkers of that much, that's just begging for an EMP. He finally gets Blink. Probably should have had the production. Right now we're not producing anything. Well, actually, he's producing more Stalkers. He gets into my mineral line. I took my third, the gold expansion. I mean, just look how many minerals I got. I got 9,000 minerals and I'm not spending it. I'm stupidly producing more Banshees. And this is about where I lost the game. Totally. I didn't have a ground force to deal with his. He was getting in a Twilight Council somewhere. I was scanning to see what he's got. Yeah, he's got his Twilight Council, and he was going to bring in Dark Templar later, which I couldn't deal with because I had such a small ground force. And this is where he takes the game away from me. Just killing off my 2 bases here. And really, what do you learn from this? Well, in my case, I did not transition into anything. I had the beginning game planned out, but I did not think of what the next step was to do. I think a rule of thumb for the Banshee harass is, if it works, I mean, honestly, if you wreck his stuff, you want to do 2 attacks with Banshees. If the first Banshee harass doesn't really work, I mean, if you're not scoring kills as best as you could, that's when you need to back off and say, okay, I need to transition into what kind of units is he doing, and if you have any leftover Banshees, those Banshees are your air scouts to find out what's going on, what's happening. So in this case, the Banshee build itself, 1 or 2 food off, but I didn't have the next step up. So I wanted to kind of, just kind of wanted to show you what I was doing, and the live game commentary was 50 minutes long, and I didn't want to put you guys through that. So game 13 goes to the Protoss, and it's because he took the game away from me. He took it away smartly, and for all the Banshees that I had, I couldn't deal with that ground army. So remember that, new players, is that one plan is never enough. You got to have the second plan. You got to have the third plan. You got to think of the next step. So anyway, just wanted to show you what was going on. I'll see you guys next time.